Here we are in the workshop of Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP team, and I'm with Jeremy Seewer, the winner of the Czech Republic Grand Prix. Jeremy, first of all, congratulations on the win in Czech Republic. How was it for you?
Difficult. Czech is always a very specific racetrack. Hard, sketchy, square edge bumps, but yeah, to get away with a win, it always feels good, you know.
Obviously that track was on hard pack, but we do also have sand tracks like Lommel, for instance. What kind of changes do you make to your bike? Because the fans out there watching this now will be keen to know how drastic the changes are from hard to soft and the deep sand of Lommel. So I wonder if you could just talk us through some of the bike and the things that you have. Like, let's start with the handlebars at the top. Some riders will have a twin wall bar, you've got a fat bar. Why have you chosen that, and what is the model number? And how do you even come to choosing a particular handlebar?
Well, I've been using this model number since now more than 10 years, I'd say, since 2011 when I moved up to the big bikes. It's 821 fat bar from I think Jeremy McGrath used to use this one, and I just like it. It's quite straight, not too much of a bend, low, because I'm a small rider. And anyways, we play with the height, with the triple clamp, So that's the story. And I'm using a fat bar just for the flexibility. Like the twin wall is more stiff, so gives you a bit of a harder feeling for your wrist and stuff. So that's the combination. I mean, we've been testing, and there are some triple clamps with some flexibility and other option, but this is the setup I like, and it's been working.
And what about levers? Just looking at the bike now, production Yamaha YZ450 comes with the aluminium levers, and they're probably out here. These are quite short. Why are you choosing the shorter levers?
I choose them to be small and short, just to for the feeling. Like my mechanic Chippa, this one stock is a lot thicker, also in diameter and bigger, and he makes them quite small and thin, just to fit my fingers, to have a good feeling on the start, not to get blisters, because if the clutch lever doesn't really fit, we will have blisters on our, pointing finger. And also the brakes, like he reduces the lever to like the minimum, just to get a nice feeling with the brake. And I'm using a specific plastic front brake. It's a bit more flexible, and it's just, there is no chance this will break in any case, so that's just more safety.
And what about riding position? Because looking at all three bikes here in the workshop, it looks like maybe different seat heights. Some, like you, have the little stopper here. And also even the seat foam here at the front, they seem to, like Maxime and Glenn, seem to have a higher seat pad here. Just tell us about the importance of the seating, the riding position, and what combination you've gone for here.
I mean, the most important things on a bike is grip, seat, and foot pegs, because that's the three things you touch your bike, you get the feeling with. And my seat, exactly, that triangle, that's the key. And my seat is, it doesn't really look like, but it's quite low because I'm small. And because of that, we keep it also very low on the front to keep it as straight as possible, not to have a mountain in front of you to climb at the start, because at the start you want to be sitting in the front and you want to stay there, not to move back. And for this I also have just a little help, to stay in the front, needing less energy, especially a track like Loquet, where you have those 180 uphill corners, just to give you a bit of support, not to need, use less energy in your arms, basically.
So nice and low for the start, and I guess also for the corners. You're able to get in and you still feel very much a part of the bike. Yeah,
it's a lot easier to just place yourself in the front, because going into a nice rut, you want to really sit in the front, put that pressure on the front tire to get good grip, and then turn in, and this is definitely helping.
You mentioned triple clamps before. When you go from a hard pack track to the sand circuits, like Lommel for instance, are you pushing the suspension through? Are you knocking it out? Are you changing the settings? What are you doing to the front and the rear to help combat those rougher conditions?
And we definitely do adjust the bike. We're gonna, especially Lommel, we push it through, different positions. So we set up the bike more with load on the rear, because in the sand you steer with the rear tire, and we also give it a bit more sec, you know, run it a bit lower, and just find the balance, yeah, different compared to like Lockheed and stuff. Just to, especially me, I have short legs, so I can't really compensate too much with my legs and with my weight movement. Like very tall guy, he can do more on the bike just by moving his position. So I'm really related to my bike setup to get confident on a track like in Lomo.
Talking about the triangle a moment ago, handlebars, seat, foot pegs. Special foot pegs down here, are they factory ones, or are they standard, or are these a special one for you? Are they in a different position as a factory option or not?
These are factory foot pegs, full titanium and stuff, and they are definitely in a different position. Since many years I run them different, just yeah, for me being small. We tried plenty of things, higher, lower, back, forward. Now that's our setup, and yeah, I feel good the way they are.
And obviously tyres are going to be crucial when you go from hard to soft. This is a normal traditional tyre, but for the sand, for instance, you would run a scoop tyre?
Yeah.
And where does that benefit for people who are watching this and are new to motocross, let's say? What is the massive advantage for riding a scoop tyre, a paddle tyre?
I mean, there are two. Like, one of them is just like, you know, out of corners you have so much more drive, because yeah, it's called scoop tyre, so the knobs are shaped like a scoop kind of, so it gives you more traction. But also what you forget, on the braking areas, a scoop tire on the opposite side has no resistance because they are bent the wrong way, so you roll quite easily into a turn, no resistance in the sand. When I go with this tire in the sand, I will have a lot more load on my front wheel entering a corner, just because the rear tire is pulling back on the braking area, so you are like struggling a lot more already. Like, it's quite extreme how big the difference is actually.
And then finally, again, riding style, just going from hard pack to deep sand, the way that you set the bike up, and obviously transferring from hard to sand, your riding position changes as well, doesn't it, to compensate those conditions? Standing up a lot more?
Yeah, of course, a lot more standing. I mean, it's always easier to come from sand to hardpack. Somehow that feels natural for me. It's a bit harder the opposite way. I mean, before Lockheed, I've only been training in the sand for Lomo. I didn't train any hardpack or something similar. Now I went to the sand this Wednesday, and it's like, all right, you know, it's completely different, especially to Lockheed, because Lockheed is another extreme. But you know, by now we did so many hours, so it takes you 10 minutes, a few laps, and you know what sand is. But it is complete different riding, you know, you are standing a lot, the way you corner is different, the way how you play with your throttle, using the clutch, the way how you're on the foot pegs even, it's quite a different story.
And obviously, let's go to the front of the bike real quick. We have the get system here. Starts are crucial. Obviously we have these numbers here and their LED lights as well. Only you and your mechanic will know what is the perfect number for the perfect start. But how crucial is this?
Very crucial. I mean, at the start, like you said, I activated. Honestly, I don't know the perfect number, to be honest. But in Lockheed, for example, I did use it also for traction on the track. Like we have 10 different modes, and you can have kind of a traction control based on RPM. So in Lockheed, where it's very slippery and tricky, yeah, of course I use it to just try and lose my rear a bit less, you know.
So in the sand then, for instance, you probably wouldn't be relying on that traction control. You almost can switch that off or just run a different map.
Off, just off.
Completely
in the sand it's off, like then it's me on the throttle controlling 100% of the bike, so.
All right, well look, Jeremy, thanks for showing us around your bike and talking through some of the things in terms of how you get everything set up, and wish you all the best for the season.